Remember when I talked about upper and lower neighbors? You had a target note, whatever that might be. Could be the A, and then you had upper neighbors coming down, lower neighbors going up. We talked about embellishing it, putting chromaticism in, bending up to it, sliding, different articulations that you had. And then I talked about that principle of picking one note, because you had 12 notes, for example, in this pentatonic scale, and then you simply approached it from any of the other 11 notes. Well, you had a lot of options that way. Get ready for tons more now. If you play a riff with 3 notes, just restrict yourself to 3 notes, and then see how many variations you can come up with by making one of the 3 notes a variable. I'll demonstrate. Let's just take a riff. Let's say I go like I'm going 5, flat 7, 1. Let's change, arbitrarily, we're just going to change the middle note. And then you just look at your options all around. On and on and on. Now don't use one of the notes, like right there I went E, A, A, that wouldn't serve, because you want 3 different notes. If you just go real slow on this, but then start sprinkling in different ways of playing that. Let's say I go, and that's my idea. That's my basis. Then I want to vary that second note. Instead of going to the G, I go, instead of just playing it dry, I have options. Play around with that middle note. What this does is it doesn't overwhelm you when you're practicing. A lot of times, especially for my players that have only been playing for, a year or two, they don't know what to practice, or they say, I can't come up with ideas. Well, I guarantee you can come up with ideas if you look at it mathematically and you listen and then you play against a jam track. Now, if we were just playing against just a blues, slow blues shuffle like that, I'm going to go do another whole series on rhythms. Notice that you don't have any jam tracks that I'm playing along with on this lesson, this whole series, because I'm going to do a whole one just on taking rhythmic ideas on a jam track. But on this, you're just looking at note combinations. So if you go, well then vary, let's say we're going E, G, A, you might want to go like, you just start doing variations. You're still ending on that same tone. You do that for a while, and then you might say, well, I don't want to play that same A right there. I want to start moving around on the neck. Well, first string A, add 5 frets, it's over here. Now you might go, My original riff was E, G, A. Okay, I'm going to still play an E, but I'm going to approach it from below. I've embellished that E. Do you see how I'm still playing an E? Then I might play the G. So I go, because my original riff was E, G, A. So I'll go D to E, that's a grace note. Then the G, and then instead of playing the A over here, now I got a new lick. It's basically the same thing theoretically, but it's an embellished lick. Now while I'm talking about the same lick, what I mean is theoretically the numbers. See, I think in terms of numbers, and that way everything can be assimilated. If you take a riff and you assign the scale degrees to it, then you start varying it, and it's really easy. You always have this base that you're working off. Now in the next segment, I'm going to demonstrate this.